Testing. I think it's gone.
Okay. So Google my crypto. So when you go to my crypto, whatever, let's see where there's a download. Oh. Crypto download of my crypto. Okay, so download that software, please. When you do, it's gonna open up this. So I'll wait for you guys to download it, and then I'm gonna show you how it works. There's another thing I want to download for the phone. Let me find it.
Are you looking for the download?
Yeah.
Scroll down. It'll say don't have a wallet. Very bottom, but yeah.
Thanks.
It's not exactly less than 2 days.
Yeah. Did you guys download it?
25 minutes.
Yeah.
25 minutes?
The internet is slow.
Advanced is 5 minutes. Right?
Where did you guys connect it to?
The gas.
Dial-up?
We don't have the main.
Connect to main.
We don't know the password.
What password do you use for guest?
Up
to
to the
the
right.
Yeah, so use rocket ship for this one. I'm also only download something else too. So.
Didn't work for me. No.
Yeah, I'm not rocket ship.
Oh, sorry. Capital R, capital S.
There we go.
Work?
Mm-hmm. 200 bytes a second. There we go.
Okay, so, and then another thing, if you can't download on your phone, download an app called Cypher, C-I-P-H-E-R.
By HDBC.
C-I-P-H-E-R.
By HDBC. Is that the developer name?
Yeah, let me double check.
Mine comes up with a few things.
It's by Hard Fork Inc. It's
Right.
Cypher Browser Ethereum.
It's, no, but, yeah, but hard fork, this one. Yeah,
Cypher browser.
yeah, it's a Cypher browser, Ethereum.
Maybe they don't have it on Android.
You don't have it? If they don't, you have it? Let me see alternative wallet. Alternative. Account setting. Google, not Google. In Android, look for Coinbase wallet, but not Coinbase app. Coinbase wallet. They definitely have that. Actually, everyone can download Coinbase wallet too. It's not,
Toshi Holdings.
but yeah, that's the one. Let me double check again. Coinbase wallet. Yeah, this is a Coinbase wallet.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Cool. So we got this. My crypto on the laptop. Hopefully it's been downloaded. It shouldn't be that. But you guys gotta let me know, so I'm gonna show you.
Alright, I downloaded it. Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Got it. Okay, so here. Okay. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna create new Ethereum wallet. We're gonna receive a bunch of Ethereum on a network. And then we're gonna figure out what the public is, what the address is, where the private key is, and stuff like that, right? So while we're here, we connected to main Ethereum network. Main Ethereum is the one you actually have Ethereum, which has a price, real things happen. There's a testnet, there's a bunch of testnet that is not real Ethereum, it's just for testing and think about the staging. So here at the bottom, let's change network to Robson, right? Changed. So we connect to this. Then we go create new wallet. Let's create new wallet. Generate a wallet. Okay, so there's one way of creating it, but there's two way of storing a private key, right? We go for now with nomic phrase, right? So that is a 12 word that translate to the private key. So the way it works is that there is the private key is this string here, right? But a lot of people cannot remember that. So the way to do that, think of it as a function that there is 12 unique words generated for you. There's 12 words, and it gets to the function and generates this, right? So it's just a different way of representing it. So we click on the bottom one, it gives us these 12 random generated words, right? So this is unique for me. If you know this, you would have access to my wallet. So it's super important to keep this confidential. So obviously we're testing it. We need to write it in order. So let me write local. All right. So if you guys do it, you have obviously different 12 words. Such, so, right. Dutch. Okay. Do your own version so then we can all have different wallets for the sake of exercise. And it asks for a confirm phrase, so make sure that I have copied the correct words. So the first one is local, and then there's Ireland, and then there's Real, and then there's such, and such. Okay, confirm. And then you go to account. Okay, so once you do that, it creates an account for you, right? So now it says, hey, you need to access your wallet. You go to, it says how you want to access your wallet. So even though I created one, I need to access it. So now I go on the bottom right, it says, hey, I have nomic phrase, I want to access it. So I click on it, it says, okay, what are they? Type it. So then you need to type these 12 words. Type it here, and here, and it says choose address. Boom. So I just created address for myself, and that was my private key. We choose the first one. I'm gonna walk through it. We say unlock. Okay. So we get to this page. Did you guys create it? Okay, so the blockchain creates a bunch of blocks, as I said. Etherscan is a site that kind of displays that blocks. Think of it as running one of those nodes and displaying what's happening every second or every minute, whatever it is, right? So if you go without Robson before that, if you go here, this is the mainnet, right? So if you go Etherscan.io is a mainnet, so the real Ethereum in the network is moving around, right? You can see how like the new block 33 seconds ago, 34 seconds ago. But when you put Robson before that, sorry, here we go.
Actually, I got a question.
Yeah.
If I create a wallet, like does an actual transaction go on the Ethereum blockchain? or
No. When you create a wallet, it doesn't hit the blockchain. No. Like these are the thing about it as already created. You're just creating a private access to it. Yeah. So this is a Robson network, right? And here, you see, I just created a wallet, right? This is my public address. What is a public address? You think of it as an email address. So my email address is ali@7get.vc. This is the information I give everyone. Hey, if you want to email me, email at ali@7get.vc. This is that. So think of it as everyone can see it. So if I copy this, copy address, and I go here and say paste, here we go. This is my account and has 0 Ether in it. But no one, so if I have 10 million or whatever Ether in it, everyone can see it. Everyone can see my transactions. But no one can send Ether out of it because they don't have the private key to it. The private key, wallet info, right? This is my private key. So now you guys have the password for my account. If you have this, you can access my account. Let me go back here one sec, and I'm gonna go, I don't know, create this transaction, right? If I go to this. So this is one account on this testnet, has what, 8,000 Ether on it. And you can see all the transaction before. You can see it was sent 29 seconds ago, X amount of Ether from this wallet. You can see 44 seconds ago it sent to that. And then 49 seconds ago it was sent, I don't know, 1 Ether from this. So you can always go through the history of the account, see everything. But you cannot withdraw anything out of this account because you do not have this private key. Okay, so now let's Google something. Generate ETH in okay, so as I said, it's Ethereum testnet. You can create a bunch of Ether out of Ethereum, right? So I'm gonna put my address, copy it, send me this Ether. Okay, see if it worked. Voila. So this is copy address, and I have here.
I sent it to you that fast?
Yeah,
That was crazy.
it takes less than a second.
But like yeah, okay. Last time I did it, it took a lot longer for that network.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Maybe it was busy network at the time. There was a lot of transaction going
It
through.
didn't take a long time. It took like 20 seconds or 40 seconds or something. But that was like.
I tried and I've been graylisted
Yeah, same.
Oh, really?
for another 23 hours and 59 minutes.
Yeah, he likes me. I think there's few services that does this, and there's some of them better than the others. That's the same one.
I assume it's because we're all using the same
IP address. Yeah.
So-
I think there was.
It's gonna be a
It's,
competition.
Yeah, no, but I think there was.
I need to get closer to the router so I can be milliseconds ahead of you guys.
So when you tried it once, it gave you that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he did it,
I got it.
and then you got it, and
So
then
you
I
guys
was the
didn't get
third
it?
or the fourth or whatever. And I
Like
said,
do a VPN or something.
There's
Doesn't really
few
matter.
one.
Yeah.
I'll find the list. There's a site that actually gives it to you.
I can send someone. I have 10 either. I can send someone.
So we can. I want to do that. So this is okay. So this is my account, right? So you can see that a minute ago, this address sent me 1 ETH, right? So if you go back to my account, I have 1 ETH, right? So here we have 1 ETH, right? So let's do something. I want to, so this is my private key, right? I want to show you something. So this is my private key. I'm going to type it here. This is my private key, right? So I'm going to say, you know what, I want to come out of this website. I want to access to my wallet again, right? In order to do it, I can go with the private key. The private key is this. These 12 words goes to the function and translate to this. And if I lose this, I'll lose my ETH completely. And you hear all the time, you know, who knows about the exchange in Vancouver, what's it called?
Quadriga?
Quadriga, right? Like everyone probably read it. The guy supposedly died and he lost, $250 million because no one knows this address. For the wallet, supposedly. I mean, I don't know if it's a fraud, but let's say he actually died and you know, things happens. But they say, so there is no customer service to call, what's my private, that is a disadvantage of decentralized exchange. But the advantage is if I own this, if I know this, then the government or I don't know, the bad guys, whoever cannot take it from me. Obviously, this is not a very safe way of generating it because obviously there is a camera recording it and there is a group of people and my computers can be hacked. So if you are creating a wallet to store millions of dollars or thousands of dollars, the best way of doing it is called air gapped. What it is, you can run this, you can download this software, make sure it's audited, it's a solid software for creating a wallet. You do it in a brand new computer, which there is no Trojan or there is no malware. You do it in a room which is boxed and there is no camera, there is no microphone, and then there's a way of doing it. So once you create that wallet, then you have an address like this, right? Like this. Then you can send it Ethereum or Bitcoin from the internet, right? But no one knows a private key, right? So it's safe to send things to it, but then you generate the wallet in very isolated environment. Okay, so now I want to access my private key. So my option is, memorize this. I can memorize this if I want to have very safe, or I can write it down in different pieces and then store it in different safe boxes in the different banks. You know, I can give one to my mom, different bank, different countries, and then that's way safe. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put it here, unlock. Here we go. I have access to my wallet. Okay, so let's try something. You guys, but one other thing before I do that is, I'm going to come out, log in. The other way accessing my wallet again is, I want to go view. I want to access it with a phrase. Again, if I do this, it should give me the access to the same wallet. Here we go, 1 ETH. Okay, so now let's do something. I want you guys to send ETH to each other on this network, and then I want you to access to the same wallet on your phone because you download the wallet, right? So let's do that. Maybe before you're sending ETH to each other, try to access the same wallet that you created online through your phone. The way you can do it is this. So you guys download Coinbase wallet, right? So there's a Coinbase is a company, right? It's a central company, but they created Decentralized wallet which doesn't run by a company. So you own the private key. When you're creating a wallet in the phone, you're storing a private key on your phone, so nobody else. So if you lose your phone, you lose a wallet, right? But you can restore a wallet basically by giving a private key. So if you go to Coinbase wallet, there we go. Go to settings. Make sure you are not on the mainnet, go on a testnet, and then go on the right network, which is Robston, we just created. You go back, and then you should have a place to recover phrase. Yeah, and then you do it.
So on the app, I get the options of create a new wallet, or I already have a wallet,
I already have a wallet.
but not on the test network. Just goes straight to entering your password, and I assume it's on the main network.
Can I see?
Here you just open up the app.
Yeah.
Click I already have a wallet. Recovery phase.
Put your 12 words.
Okay.
Takes a while to load it.
So I think it's a problem with the app.
It's just going to create that address on the.
Well, the address exists also in a mainnet.
Yeah, so this is going to be.
Yeah, so
mainnet.
but I think you should be able to change the network after you import it.
I'm good.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so now go to settings. Do advanced. Yeah, and then do testnet, and then do the bottom one. Yeah, perfect. Now go to wallet. Okay, did you have anything?
No.
No. Okay, perfect. So let's ask someone to send it to you. Actually send it to you.
I don't. Where? See if I have. Are you guys in a Slack or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I
Is it a specific channel or?
put access.
There's cohort 3.
You could kind of username.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For
Coordinate, like I think particular wallet.
Yeah, I also have to put a username.
Is that you guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's Anthony?
Me.
There you go.
Okay, so do you have any? Let me try with you. Can you put your address over there?
Question. I'm connected to a wallet, which is not mine.
Just give me 1 second.
You connected to a wallet that's not yours. Quickly withdraw.
I think so. But unfortunately, there is no paper on it.
Okay, so you have 10, so you can actually send it. I think I don't have enough, so that's why. Can you send get 1 or 2 ETH to his address?
Yeah, I can try. It's on over the Rockstar network.
Yeah. See if we can request for you.
Can you guys see my message in Slack? Christopher Siebert?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, I'll actually send it. So when I send it, it says, here we go. So let's see, here we go. It's getting verified by miners. I didn't have that much, so I didn't put that much for the gas, but let's see.
Yeah, I see. There's a pending transaction.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
Can you see it on your phone?
There it is.
Let's see. Go back to wallet.
Everything is like like I have these addresses here, but they don't match in Coinbase wallet.
That's not true.
Like these wallets and these wallets aren't the same.
And the thing is that the private key, like
You have to search the network on
how is it
using
possible
smart
that
crypto?
these other addresses?
Yeah.
Because that's a direct match. It's not that one private key matches like 10.
Go back to
manager. It's like a private key for like the wallet, and the wallet in the background is like doing a bunch of private keys, like without like you couldn't decrypt this, raise it to the power of the actual message. Like you couldn't do that.
Perfect. You see it over there?
These are fake.
It might be the app is slow.
But it's like with the Coinbase wallet doesn't have the functionality to go to Watson.
Oh yeah.
Did you download the other app too? Oh, there's no other app.
Doesn't
Yeah,
show
you
the
setting
option.
in advance and it's active network. And the thing
Why
is,
is
Go
it
to settings
296?
like
Oh,
Android.
use the wallet. So is there no? If you go back,
Is there a way to see what private key it generated as a result of the?
Yeah, that's the
Dude, I'm also on Android though.
really.
Yeah, dude, it's just
For you it works.
settings, and this menu never came off for you.
thing is,
Yeah. Let me
There's no way to print out your.
Dude, might have a hacked version.
Do you have coin to send?
well, if I'm gonna, I can send you something. Can you?
oh, it's different, right?
Yeah, it's like
No, it's the same.
Oh, is it the same?
I'm just wondering, they use the same algorithm to go from.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. But I think it doesn't.
That's many points.
Problem is.
Okay, so it's in
Yeah, I think it was just different wallets.
network.
Okay. Because
Did you guys manage to make it work?
Yeah, that was fast.
Is it working on yours?
What is got
Yeah,
I've never used crypto before.
It doesn't really work that well. I prefer
even
the
the
other
internet,
one.
like-
Cipher.
I'm using Cipher.
Okay.
And I'm just making it to a wallet, and through these wallets doesn't seem to be the same as
You didn't even have to hold up your phones together.
you have stranger
I'm
address.
send to myself.
Let me see.
Because my wallet's
This wallet.
We go there upside down to see. Okay, what is the address? 0xFF, right?
actually I can't see it. Like I could send it to myself.
Same network, right?
I don't know if it's even possible.
You could connect to this one on the regular computer network.
Oh yeah, dude, my address don't match up either.
Really?
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, how do you know?
Like I looked, so like on the receive ether, right? Like this is my public key, like C0B.
Yeah, see, each private key can generate a number of public keys.
Yeah, but
You can see the problem.
none of mine on the Coinbase match with any of the ones on here.
Yeah, because it can generate like.
Yeah, you can like so when you are let's say let me show you something here.
Is this
So
supposed to be that way?
yeah, so
Yeah.
when you it's a new functionality in see view send, and then I'm gonna do private key, and then let me store the private key.
Because I want those coins.
Yeah. So when you go see, when I put my 12 words, it give me options of all these addresses. You see, I can have a lot more address. So the way it works is that it's just a new functionality in the wallets is that you can have one private key and you can have so many different addresses hooked up with the one private key, right? That's what when you put your private key, it gives you a lot of wallets because all of them get unlocked with one address, right?
So, like, it means that all of these public keys have the same tokens?
No, that's different. So then each of them are different wallets. So when you send one, it doesn't move to other wallet. They're completely different. So imagine you have 20 different Gmail accounts, but all of them have one password. They're completely separate, but they all have same password. But then I don't know about these phone wallets. They probably updated or something. They need to show the same address because if they show a different address, then obviously the tokens are not sitting at that address, they're sitting on a different address. But you can unlock so many addresses with the one password.
Is there any security risk if people know more than one of those that are yours? Because like if you say, oh that's me or oh that's me, but if someone knows that they're both you, is that a security risk?
Well, the idea is that there's no way you figuring out all of them are. No one would know that all of them have same password.
Yeah,
So if you know.
then you'd be kind of fucked.
Yeah. So, but if the idea is no. So like the idea is that if you have 20 emails and all of them have same password, it's that. But then they don't know that 20 emails owns by you, right? Because they have looks exactly set. They look different from outside, right? But they have same private key. But it's a bad practice because you don't want to have, let's say I have 10 different accounts. And then have $1 million in each of them. I don't want to have one password for each of them, so I have to generate private key for each of them separately.
So it means that now, like, whenever I write down my private key, I need to write down my public key as well. Because before, like, only writing down the private key was sufficient for, like, getting your crypto. But here, what you are saying is that now you have the private key that can access multiple addresses. So you need to have a public key and a private key combo stored somewhere, and like not only the private key.
Absolutely. Well, you always have to have a public key and a private together because you don't know what a private key represents to, right? So you need to say, hey, this address, this public address can get access to this private key. So you need to always have it together because if you have a private key, you don't know what ad is going to. Well, you can obviously type it and unlock it, but you need to know what it represents to.
Yeah, like I get it, but it's really interesting. Like I got a lot of like older private keys, and now it means that I like need to know the public keys for these private keys.
Well, then how would you know? So, like for example, if I don't know the public key, so then how would I know which account I have? The only way you can do it is you have to sit down in front of the computer, type it, the private key, to see which account it unlocks. But if you have the public keys, then I can just go to any site, just put the address and see, okay, how much balance I have without actually moving it.
Oh, so you can see every account that your private key could possibly link to, all from just entering the one private key just a single time. It'll like see all the derivatives.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here, the idea is that, hey, you know what? I want to, for example, I want money from 10 of you, 6 of you, right? But I want you to send me to 6 different accounts because I don't want him to know how much you send it to me. I don't want him to know how much you send it to me, right? I asked him to send you 20 ETH, I asked him to send 50 ETH, and I asked him to send 60 ETH. Imagine I give you discounts to different people, right? So I want to have different accounts. But I don't want to manage 7 different private keys. So I have one private key which unlocks 7 different accounts. I can unlock it, but you guys would have access to complete different independent 7 accounts. Make sense?
Right.
Because as soon as you send it to me, you can view my accounts. You can see how much money is going in and out.
Is there a hard limit of 15 per private key?
No, I think it goes forever.
Oh,
You can go
Yeah,
forever.
but still, it's a little bit. This functionality is a little bit like crazy because I thought that the private key was intrinsically connected only to one public key. You know.
It used to be, but it's called I think it's called.
Yeah, like I would be really wanting to read up on that.
Deterministic wallets. It's called. Here we go. Basically, it's a route. It's a path, and with that path, you can create as many wallets you want with one private key. So have you guys heard of hardware wallets? Yeah. So there's a company called Ledger. So this guy, you know what? This is a new product. Let me show you. This guy. Can I click on it? Yeah, okay. Okay. So this guy, Ledger, you know, you can buy it. How much is it now? $90. So it's a hardware wallet. What does that mean? It stores a private key. What it does in this thing, it stores this string. So the only thing this hardware does, it stores this string. That's it. But the way it does it, it's a one way. So you write it and you can never ever read it. But you can unlock, but you cannot read the string. So even if your computer is completely hacked, let's say everyone's monitoring my computer, I can connect this and I can unlock my wallet without people accessing the string. It's like an API that, you know, unlocks. So what it does is, with this, you create a wallet. So it creates this private key when you buy it. It stores it in this hardware, but you can create as many as you want. For example, Ethereum wallets, right? And like you can create 10,000 Ethereum wallets, or you can create 2 Ethereum wallets. But all of them have one private key. But you can have as many Ethereum wallets you want with that device, because all of them have HD wallets. So the one root of private key, but so many different wallets. Make sense?
So, like, is it the functionality that the Ethereum blockchain provides to you out of the box, or is it the specific functionality?
Every blockchain does it now. Bitcoin does it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like a product-specific thing that the hardware wallet gives you this capacity.
No. It's a philosophy of a network now. So it was adopted by everyone.
Okay, but it's like still for me this is really weird, because most of the people they store just the private key without the public key, but now whenever they enter the private key, they might know which public key they had.
No, when you put a private key,
like my point is that for me it's a bit weird that they did that, because like for example, I only store the private keys because I know that they are connected to one public key, and like if I can have many public keys from one single private key, now I would need to figure out what the public key was in order to retrieve the coins that I have. You see what I mean?
Yeah, so maybe I need to express a bit. So you see this private key? This private key only, let me go back here. So if I go here, view send, this private key only unlocks one wallet, this wallet.
Okay.
Only one.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
So not so many.
Yeah.
These 12 words, when I go here.
Oh, they are connected to many addresses. Is that
when I go here, it connects to so many.
So that's...
So the private key, the string, it's only for one address, right? But this function that generates now it connects to so many, right? You got it?
Because for me that was like, what the hell?
No, yeah. So that maybe it was
Why don't they change the math?
Yeah. So that's how it works.
Okay.
So unlock. Okay.
Because like I was planning to come home and do my homework.
I was reading right now.
Actually, you know what? That might be better. So let's see, clear browsing. Let's see if you can restore. Did you ever restore your wallet with a private key, or you had to put the 12 words?
I put it in words.
Did you have the option to put the private key?
No.
No.
I don't know.
Not with that Coinbase wallet.
Okay, let's see. I want to give you. I want to try another.
Yeah, see, I think the problem is that there's multiple mappings from words to private keys.
No, there's only one map. It can't be different. But it might not give you the same order or something. I want to try something else.
It was a really interesting discussion. I had no idea that existed.
Thank you. That breaks math.
So that thing up there is like some seed value to some random kind of generator thing, which is
Because like I thought that the mnemonic phrase was a one-to-one like mapping to a private key, and it appears that it's not.
it's this is that function. Oh, it seems kind of thick though. It's called BIP003.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I need to read about it because I kind of assumed that the words are just this synonym for the private key.
Guess not.
It's not.
Thing is, I have another app, but they removed the testnet. It's only showing you the main nets. So I'm trying to see if we can figure out how we can do this on the main testnet.
Thank you, Kevin. You just sent me some Ethereum. I'm rich.
So, okay, let me show you a bunch of other stuff. Okay, so gas, Ethereum, gas. Okay, so here, let's see if I can. So let me show you this. So did you guys send a bunch of these to each other? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you got it. So as I said, like, can you paste like your address if you can on the Slack? Okay. Or did you paste it?
Just a moment. Slack up.
That's like I use this. Yes, yours.
Yeah,
right?
that's mine.
Okay, so here, when we say pseudonymous means that, okay, so everything in here you can see, right, on a network. You can see this address sends 0.1 ETH to this transaction, right, to this address. I don't know who owns this, right? But if I know his private key, I can take the custody of it, right? So that's why everyone is so protective of the private key because people own millions of dollars on these addresses and they need to save their private key somewhere, right? When you use an exchange, so how would you buy Ether, right? There's a few ways of buying Ether or Bitcoin or something else. You can buy it from me, I'm just making it up. I don't have Ether, so whatever, just make it up. You give someone cash and then they give you it, right? Or you go on an exchange, right? You go on an exchange, you connect your account, and you say, hey, I want to pay US dollar. You go here, Coinbase.com, right? You go here and say, hey, you know what? I want to buy Ethereum. They don't show you charts or whatever. Okay, you go and sign up with the account, and you say you give them US dollar, they give you ETH, right? But you have a wallet in Coinbase, right? You have a wallet in Coinbase. But remember, you don't have the private key of that wallet. That's the people make mistake. When you're using an exchange, it's like using a PayPal. It's just a record on the database. So you don't actually own that ETH or BTC. the thing you need to do when you buy it, you create a wallet offline the way we just created, and then you withdraw your ETH or BTC and send it to the wallet you have in custody, because that's the one no one can take, right? So don't use the exchange to store your assets. Always you own the assets, control the private key. So here again, like this is transaction block, right? So what does this mean? What does this page mean? It means that this transaction was a part of this block. So block 0 was a genesis block, right? When Ethereum was created, the first block. And now we are what, 5,141,000 block, right? This block, when you click on it, it had 61 transactions. So a miner, did some calculation and then create 61 transactions as part of one block. So here, here, not here. In this case, this block has 61 transactions, which kind of reflects the state of Ethereum, right? It shows that, okay, how much each account owns and where the money moved around, right? So you can create a bunch of graph, whatever you want, to see, okay, where is this money moving around, because it's an open ledger. The miner got paid that much gas. That's the gas was spent on calculating this transaction. This is a test network, but on the live network here, when there's a lot of people sending transaction, it's only a finite number of miners, right? So then it's become very competitive. So why would miners want to do this, by the way? Because they want to get paid, right? So they would pick the ones that pay the most gas. So you see the difficulty goes up. So when now the estimate cost of sending a gas is 2.2, right? Estimate around this. So it costs you that much to send a transaction and get approved by a miner. When there's a lot of people sending it and there's only a few number of miners, you have to pay, I don't know, 70 cents or whatever it is, right? Because this goes up. And in order to do that, let's say here, I don't have anymore, right? Well, I spent all my ETH, but let's say what I want to do. I want to here. Let's say imagine I have one, and then I see, like here. I don't know if there's I think there's a bug. It's black, but it's supposed to show. So see, like it's 2.2 for gas. I want to send it now, and I know the network is congested, it's busy, so I can increase the fees I want to pay. You see the fees on the bottom? I can increase the fees. So that means when the miners get the list of pending transactions, what is a pending transaction? Ether scan pending transactions. There you go. So these are transactions that have not been approved or been verified by miners, right? You can see the fees they're paying. So if I want to queue jump, I just give it a lot of gas. I say, hey miners, I pay a lot of money, approve me, right? Otherwise, if you want to be cheap, you just don't give that much gas, but you get approved by miners. Make sense? Okay. Yeah, so then it's a success. Okay, what is this? 6-block confirmation. Any idea? So, that means your transaction, this is 51, 41, 259, right? So this is the block, right? There is 6 new blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. My math is very wrong. There's another one, 6. There is 6 new blocks after the block, right? If I refresh it now, 36, right? 36 new blocks after this. When you want to use the exchange, when you want to send Ether or BTC or whatever it is to your account, to your wallet, because you go to exchange, let's say you have a wallet offline, right? And then you want to send it to exchange to sell it for US dollar, right? It says we want sometimes a minimum 30 confirmation, or we want 60 confirmation, whatever different on exchange. Why? Because if there's only one confirmation, right? If you have money and resources, you can take over network and remove this, right? It's only one. Because if you have enough resources in network, you can wipe out this. But if you have 36 blocks after this, it will be very expensive for you to go back in history and change 30 blocks. There's a lot of computation was done to it. So if you have more confirmation, it means a lot more secure. It's way harder to remove a history. So for example, if I come to you and say, hey, I want to send you ETH or BTC and I send you Ethereum, there's only one block. Usually, obviously it's extremely hard to I mean, it hasn't been done except a few cases with different network, not Ether or BTC, that people have 51% attack. It actually happened last year with different smaller network because they had the resources to take over network, right? So you have to make sure you have enough confirmation to make sure that the history doesn't change. So that's a confirmation.
I wasn't really paying attention, but I think it happened with Ethereum Classic just recently.
Exactly.
Just like a month or two ago. Yeah.
So Ethereum Classic, to give a brief, do you know Ethereum Classic? No. Do you know? No. So again, we were talking about over dinner about the philosophy in the crypto, right? So there is three actors. There is miners, there are developers, and there are users, right? Miners are selfish; they just want to get paid. Users, they use it for day to day, or sometimes they care about price. Developers normally they care about creating ecosystem. They don't like essential systems, or they're not really sometimes for money. They just want to create a new protocol. With Ethereum, Ethereum launched, and there was a community, and there was this thing called DAO. DAO was an autonomous company. So basically, think of it as a venture capital. They created this crowdsourced wallet, think of it, and they're like, hey, put money in this. Everyone put money in. No one controls that wallet, but the people who contribute with every token that they pay, let's say you send 5 ETH and you receive 5 token, right? You can vote how that money gets spent. Think of it as everyone become investors, right? So that was the idea. $150 million was contributed to that wallet. People sent $150 million, right, to that wallet. And there was a lot of people who contributed, they became investors, right? They got with that token they received, they could vote how that money gets spent. So hey, people could propose, this is the idea, and that wallet can invest in that project. If that project becomes profitable, it comes back as a dividend to that wallet, and then get pro rata divided to the investors. Got the idea? Okay. What happened was that got hacked. It got hacked, and the money was drawn out. It got drawn out by hackers because it's a software, something that has vulnerabilities. The idea before that was code is law. So that means what the code indicates is the law, right? But after that, because it was the beginning, people were like, what? No, this is not right. There was a bug in the system, and we need to wipe out the history. What does that mean? It's called a hard fork. What is a hard fork is? So this is the blocks, right? Hard fork is basically a software upgrade, right? So miners, these are miners, right? These are all miners, they're all connected together. They have a copy of Ethereum software, right? This is a software, right? And the latest one points to this, the history of it. Hard fork is that, from now on there is a new version and it doesn't have a history. So people say, this here, we had all the people with their Ethereum addresses, right? In here, they contribute to one address, we had $150 million, right? And then after that, there was a hacker that moved, I don't know, 90 million, I don't know exact number, 90 million to his account, and then everybody is left with nothing, right? So they proposed, hey, you know what? We want to propose a new software update that actually remove this history. If each of you miners upgrade to this and say, hey, sure, you know, we don't want to see this, we don't want to see this, we don't want to see this, and comes back here, then means the history never happened, right? But then everyone has to agree with it, right? Everyone, you have to, do you agree with it, do you agree with it, do you, and then if everyone agrees on it, then the network upgrades, right? What happened was the community split. Some people say, no, you know, we don't care. The law is law. They hacked it, good for them. Why? We had a bug and that. But some people are like, no, you know, we don't believe in that. We need to erase the history. So what happened was, this is Ethereum. It forked. It went one way and another way. Is Ethereum, and there is Ethereum Classic. So let's say, again, these numbers are not correct, absolutely wrong, but let's say there was 10 miners, right? 8 miners say, yes, we should remove a history because we're the beginning, you know what, we're gonna upgrade to the new code. So they went back to the history. 2 miners said, you know what, no, we stick to this. We like the classic, we're not gonna upgrade. So then there's 2 live networks. These guys are running one version, these guys are running another version. What happens last year, or not last, a few months ago, because there is not enough computers in the classic, right? There's not that many miners supporting it. It's way easier to attack it. Still, the market cap, I don't know what it is. You can look at it. There's like a couple $1 billion, right? But you can probably spend, I don't know, X amount, let's say $100,000 or $500,000 to take over a network. You can buy those machines. So they had a 51% attack. So they went in and attacked and took the people's money. The double spend. So that's why you should go with network has a robust network effects. A lot of machines, high security. You know what? You can have 51% on Bitcoin. Whoever says you cannot, it's absolute lie. But you have to spend $2-3 billion on doing it. Then you have to think, okay, well, if I'm spending $2-3 billion to attack a network, then I'm going to devalue the network. So what's the incentive for me to do it? You see, maybe the government NSA says I want to do it. Sure. So they're wiping out $23 billion. Maybe there's a benefit for the country to do it. But if you want to do it financially, for the bigger there's no value, because as soon as you spend $3 billion to double spend it, then people will lose faith on the BTC. And then the price of BTC goes up. So even if you acquire a new BTC, no one wants to buy it from you because like, well, it's worth nothing because no one cares about it. Do you see the value? It's a really game theory. And that's why it's interesting. But if you do 51% and no one understands you've done 51%, that's valuable. And it's extremely hard. Okay.
I have a quick question in regards to, so like, you know how you said like at one block, like it could be like 2 blocks in conflict, right? So he's waiting for like 30 confirmations, or like if someone wants to take over the whole network, they'd have to like start making fake blocks forwards. So like with smart contracts, if someone's like competing against you to basically outmine you, are these smart contracts all getting ran twice now?
No. So what happens is smart contract actually in Ethereum is just a wallet with data attached to it.
Okay.
So the wallets and a smart contract are exactly the same way. But a smart contract is a wallet with a bunch of if statements into it, right? So when you want to run a smart contract, it's all event-driven. So think of it as they're sitting idle on a network, and then you ping it, and something happens, right? So the way you ping it, you send a transaction to it, you send data to it, and the miners are competing in terms of executing that. So if I want to run a smart contract, I have to pay gas to the miners to do it. So no, they're competing to run that because it's just a normal transaction for them. Mm-hmm. It makes sense?
Yeah.
But it opens up a lot of interesting things. So we talked about arbitrage and a bunch of stuff. So there is the idea of decentralized exchange. It's called a bunch of stuff. Next, so the idea is that Coinbase, Binance are centralized exchanges, right? So you have to trust them to buy and sell. You can have decentralized exchange. What does that mean? You have a bunch of smart contracts that the job is you buy and sell. So you say, hey, I'm gonna send you 5 ETH, give me 5 Alicoin, right? The smart contract has a conversion built into it, right? So then you send it, automatically it's called atomic swap, you send your tokens back, right? You got it? Nothing was very complex, so then this is a Ether Delta is a good example. This is decentralized exchange. So it means that it runs by no one. It runs by the code. I'm gonna actually I need to go to crypto here. I don't have. Oh, here we go. Can I just create one on the fly? So okay. Here we go. Let's just create. We just create on the fly, right? So wallet info, private key. Okay, this is my private key. Wallet seed. Is that I said that's okay. You want the 12 one. Go. Password. Password would be blah. Very secure, right? Okay, perfect. So unlock. Done. Okay. Oh, by the way, do you see I access the same password, the same wallet I just created, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So MetaMask is a Chrome extension if you want to use decentralized websites, right? So you can access one. So this Ether Delta is a decentralized exchange. So what does that mean? That means that I can buy and sell any tokens without trusting anyone. I have full custody of my assets. Okay. I'm just trusting the smart contract. Here, let's say there's a token called BAT, right? In order for me to deposit, see, this is my accounts. I send Ether to this address, and then it appears here, and then I can buy and sell anything, right? So these are like smart contracts working together. So think it's very complex smart contract doing different functionalities. But what happens is, the interesting part is this. Do you guys know about front running? Mm-hmm. Okay, front running is that you would, if I'm buying something right now, because it's open ledger, you would know what I'm buying. So if it's a good price, you can go increase your fees, your gas fees, and outbid me. You can outbid me. In a high frequency world in the stock market, is that if I want to buy if I want to buy one Tesla stock at $270, and if you know that you can go buy at $270 and sell it back to me at $271, and I have to buy $271. If you can do that fast enough, it's called high frequency trading. You know, if you want to read a book of Flash Boys, it's a really good book. It does that. So now here is way easier on a blockchain because you know open ledger, you know the trades, and then you can upfront everyone. Obviously, there is move around it. People makes it better. There is protections around it, but you know that's the world. It's getting better, but you know that's the system we live in. Make sense? Any questions? No? So I think that's pretty much it for today. Wow, an hour passed. Yeah, that's it for today. If you have any questions, let me know. Then we kind of dive deeper tomorrow on a few other topics we discussed today. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was
Can you pause that too? I don't know how it works.
I was curious if later on at some point